If I look what I'm particularly concerned about and preoccupied with today, it is how little the world is unprepared for the fourth industrial revolution.
The Great Reset is an idea put forward by the World Economic Forum to fundamentally restructure the global economy in the wake of COVID-19.
If I look very far ahead, I feel that we are at a threshold of human society. I think it gives us the opportunity at the end, with the help of robots, with the help of those technologies, to find a new sophistication for humanity, which means a kind of renaissance, to become more creative, to become more society-oriented, to show more a feeling of solidarity, because it frees us from the traditional production and consumption cycles.
When we talk about collective ownership, we are often told that the great thing about it is that everybody will own. The reality of the thing is that nobody but those in power own.
The Great Reset is coming. Call it the New World Order. Call it total control, in the event of a global meltdown. Not saying this is going to happen tomorrow, but it seems like we're trending in this direction.
All those new blockchain, self-driving cars and so on, which were considered to be futuristic, became reality just over the last 12 months.
So if and when the Great Reset does happen, are you prepared for it? Will the altcoins that you hold be able to survive? Some will, some won't.
People say sometimes, yes, it's a digital revolution. No, it's not just a digital revolution. It is many other areas. It's brain research, nanotechnology, and I could go on and on.
In fact, what altcoins have a better chance of being able to survive the Great Reset? Comment an altcoin you think will be able to survive the Great Reset. Give this video a like and let me share with you for altcoins with ties to the global elites. Algorand insanely strong ties to global elites. Gary Gensler, the current SEC chair, endorses Algorand. He says you can build Uber on top of it. Gary likes that Algorand founder is from MIT, Algorand even being an MIT award winner.
Governance is tough. You could create Uber or Lyft on top of a blockchain technology today. Well, maybe in 5 years you could. It would have the performance. Sylvia McCally's Algorand, who's a Turing Award winner at MIT that I work with. Sylvia's got a great technology that has the performance. You could create Uber on top of it.
And it's common knowledge that Gary Gensler and the SEC goes just a little bit easier on people and companies whom they have relationships with. Is that it? Is that all? Algorand is working with the Clinton Foundation. They just dotted the I's and crossed the T's on this partnership. Algorand working with the Clinton Foundation and its Clinton Global Initiative to help with climate change.
How dare you!
Algorand is a technology partner for a new $50 million global climate finance fund launched by the Clinton Foundation in its Clinton Global Initiative. The fund is geared towards helping women micro-entrepreneurs address climate change. Say what you want about the Clinton Foundation, but the Clintons are powerful people. It has to be a very strategic move for Algorand to do this. If the worst happens, Algorand is going to be connected. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, Crypto News, for daily videos. Just like this. Hedera Hashgraph is slowly putting together a council of global elites. As in the people, the companies that literally run the world, to position Hedera in a league of their own, in a direction different from what much of the rest of the cryptocurrency space is doing. Hedera Hashgraph is governed by a body known as Hedera Governing Council, which is charged with running the consensus nodes that determine transaction ordering. So they run the whole thing. They control the whole operation. As of 2020, a total of 39 members sit on the council, including Google, IBM, Boeing, and let me just say they've been quietly beefing up their council since 2020. The original 39 members, although impressive, Google, IBM, Boeing, still on the council today. Still impressive where the council is today. It's just orders of magnitude where it was. And it seems like nobody knows about this because the council's role is to manage the software, voting on changes and ensuring funds are allocated correctly and safeguarding the network's legal status in various jurisdictions. Very recent news, Dell is in dude. I'm getting a Dell has joined the Hedera Governing Council. Now you might think, okay, well, Dell just makes the personal computers. Is that a big deal? But what? You don't know. is that Dell manufactures a lot of infrastructure and plumbing that runs the internet. Do you understand Hedera is aligning themselves with the people that run the internet? Listen to Dell talk about this and why they chose Hedera.
So not only do we make, the highly visible consumer products, but Dell also manufactures a lot of the infrastructure and data protection plumbing that runs the internet, basically.
And so what made you decide, hey, this is the time for us to join the governing council of a blockchain?
Well, I think there's two reasons, really, Zenobia. The first one is, as I mentioned, we have a lot of infrastructure products, and our customers are increasingly moving from centralizing them in one location to distributing them across multiple locations, whether it's multi-cloud or whether it's edge. So we believe that a distributed ledger will be a critical part of the architecture for edge computing. We need some sort of a trusted, multi-party way to communicate business transactions. And so Dell is increasingly exploring distributed ledger technology, and Hedera has that enterprise focus that we really liked.
Chainlink. So some altcoins in the cryptocurrency space are trying to fight the World Economic Forum or fight SWIFT, the centralized global payment system that all banks across the world use. Chainlink is getting in bed with them. This is a good thing. Chainlink advertised, promoted, right? On the World Economic Forum's website, take a look at this. Take a look at this. The World Economic Forum Plus, the 11,000 banks across the world who use SWIFT are now incentivized to protect and promote Chainlink. How can you not be bullish on the future of Chainlink with the CEO of SWIFT speaking about it like this? You can't not be bullish. By the way, when he says breakthrough experiment, believe he's talking about a product that Chainlink offers a service.
In CBDCs in particular, we made a breakthrough experiment last year, whereby we came up together with several central banks and commercial banks with the results that we can, through the SWIFT platform, with all the controls that have been embedded over the past decades, through the SWIFT platform, we can bridge any country having any kind of technology or any kind of form.
How about this now? Not the CEO, but SWIFT's director of strategy. A transcript. This is what he said about Chainlink, and I'll play you a clip in just a second. But, he says, you have to reach the gap between those institutions that have been there for ages and all of these blockchains that are going to provide services. There will be many of them blockchains coexisting, some private, some Ethereum-based, many types. SWIFT doesn't have the potential to reach and connect all of them. We SWIFT do not bet in 10 blockchains this year. And if those 10 disappear, we lose investment. And it's the same for the banks. And this is where Chainlink's CIP comes into place. If we SWIFT connect to this interoperability network CIP and then we connect 11,000 banks with 20 blockchains and more to come, then we have these two infrastructures, SWIFT and Chainlink, that are secure, that are reliable, that are scalable and connected.
Have institutional investors saying, hey SWIFT, we want you to be the network to connect to that. Now in reality, connecting to this network for digital asset doesn't mean connecting to new, same infrastructures. It means that you have to bridge the gap between these infrastructures that have been there for ages and all of these new blockchains that are going to provide these services, whether it's issuance, clearing, trading, settlement of tokenized assets. And there are going to be many of them. There's already a few of them. Some of them are private, some of them are Ethereum-based, some of them are in anything that you can, any fabric that you can imagine, right? So SWIFT doesn't always have the potential to go and try to connect to all of them, right? Because if we bet on 10 this year and those 10 disappear, then we are losing investment in that. And it's the same for the banks. So this is where CCIP comes into place, right? So it's the perfect example of if you have this interoperability network and you have SWIFT that is using this interoperability network, we connect to 11,000 banks. You connect today to 15 chainlinks, to 15 blockchains, but you can connect to way more. That's the bet that we're putting on you guys, and we're trying to encourage you to do more. Then you have these two infrastructures that are secure, that are reliable, that are scalable, that can actually work so that you can buy an asset whatever you want and you can transact it in whatever country and serve institutions such as Bank of New York Mellon or the DTCC to actually do that cross-border. Does that make sense?
Take 2 seconds. Let us know in the comments what coins you think deserve to be on this list. Which altcoins you think have ties to global elites or altcoins you think would survive the Great Reset. And let us know why in the comments so we can get these coins on our radar and understand why you like them. I've read a couple of the comments, so I wanted to offer this addition to today's video. Bitcoin. Of course it would survive a Great Reset. Maybe the best chance of surviving a Great Reset, since Bitcoin is specifically created to survive a state attack. Decentralization. Censorship resistant. So Bitcoin has a good chance of surviving the Great Reset in spite of the fact that it doesn't have strong ties to global elites. Ethereum in a really good spot right now. A lot of things coming up within Ethereum's pipeline. There's a strong case to be made that Ethereum can be on today's list. Ripple. I've seen a lot of comments about Ripple. They have strong ties to the World Economic Forum, the global banking system. I understand we do need to clear this SEC case, but for sure Ripple makes honorable mentions on today's list. Dogecoin. I've seen some comments for Dogecoin probably, but who cares? Are you still going to be having fun with Doge as the Great Reset's dystopia sets in? VeChain. I've seen some comments for VeChain. I mean, maybe. I don't think VeChain would survive if global elites achieved a level of power. Unless VeChain has strong ties to elites that I don't know about. Hex. Yeah. But won't it turn into a zombie project without Richard? I mean, it's not going to pump forever, right? Let alone if you put money in PulseChain. I don't know Theta Network. They have some ties to big business. What else? Let us know in the comments below.